We are used to see many times people who are the DV lottery winners are the one who are outside of the United States. I want to give a quick process for the people who are in the United States and are the winners of the diversity visa lottery. What are the steps they need to follow? And these steps will be a little bit different from the people who are outside the United States. The reason being different is the fact that people who are outside the United States have to go to the US Embassy for the visa interview. There is no US Embassy within a US country in the United States. Just like in your country, there is no embassy within your country, but there is immigration office inside your country. That applies to the United States. So for someone who is in the United States will do the interview in immigration office, which we call United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, instead of going to do the visa interview at the US Embassy. For that case, you can see the first step you do like any other person is to fill the immigrant visa form, which is the DSC 260. You fill this form just like any other person. But once you are going to fill the form, you go and you put your, for the DV winner, you put your case number, you put your confirmation number, your birthday, and the authentication code. It will bring you to this page to get it started and to continue. So by default, so you have to click this one, you certify. By default, usual, for instance, this person is the winner from Cameroon. And because at the time of application, the person was in Cameroon, by default, it will put Cameroon. Let's say you are from Cameroon, but you live in Nairobi, Kenya, and in the DV application, you say you live in Nairobi, by default, it will give you the location here. So let's say you are not in the US. You are from Cameroon, but you don't want to do the interview in Cameroon. Right now, you live in Dubai. You'll go and change the interview location and put your country here where you want to do. If you want to do in Antananarivo, in Madagascar, you choose that one. But if you are in the United States, you see there is this instruction. So is the interview location correct? That means, is the interview in Yaoundé, Cameroon? You say, no, I'm in the United States and you want to adjust status without leaving the United States. Send my case to the USCIS, United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. So that's what you need to do. So you select this one and you'll be able to continue. So I will not continue this one. I just want you to see what does that mean. If you go to the Google search and type I-485, remember when the form starts with I, those forms are referring to the Homeland Security and the Special Immigration USCIS. When the form starts with a DS, those forms are under Department of State, which is responsible for the embassies and consulates around the world. So if you go and do a Google search for the I-485, that is the form is called the application to register permanent residence or adjust status. So you are in the United States. Remember, in order to be processed, you must be in the United States legally. If you are the winner and you are out of status, you will not be able to be given the green card. So you have to be legally here from whatever visa type you have, even if you are in asylum processing, even if you are a student, even if you are married and you are processing green card by marriage, but you also do this one, there is no problem. Even if you are employee and they are planning to do green card based on employment, but if you want to process it through the lottery, still you have to go to this application form I-485. So what does that form mean? This is the form every person in the United States who wants to become a permanent resident must fill if you are in the United States. So this is the form now. I-485, application to register permanent resident. So number one, as I said, you are going to fill the full form DSC 260. The only thing you fill everything correct, but your interview location is the United States. Once you put the interview in the United States, you don't do anything. You wait until the visa bulletin is going to declare, or is going to put when is your case number going to be processed for the interview. Let's say your case number is 1500 AF for Africa. The interview is in October. So once they give the visa bulletin that we are processing up to 2,000 or up to 10,000, your number is 8,000. Once they give that number that they are processing that time, you will go now to fill this form. You want to register to adjust the status. So this form, any person, no matter what type, you are going to use this one. And then we are going to open this form so that you can be able to see what is all of that form is all about. Again, I'm going to repeat this one so that you can understand it clearly. I said, if you are the winner, you fill the DSC 260. Is the same as any other person because you were in the United States. If, let's say, at the time of application, you are outside the country, now you are in the United States legally, you will put, I want to process while I'm in the United States. Let's say you are married, the wife is in the United States, the husband is in another country. You can still, the person in the United States process while is in the United States, another person process while is in their own country. The same way whatever, so it's just like how you can process one interview from one country, another person to do in another country. So, but this one, the one in the US can do within the US. So the form is the same one, like any person is, if you are married to a US citizen and everybody. So I filled this form because I got a green card through marriage when I was filling this form. The only difference here is when you go to the reason to be given the green card, let me find that place. So what is the reason you are going to apply the green card at what the type of filling, the category? So what qualifies you to apply to this one? Are you applying based on the family based? If the family based, this is if you are relative, you are a citizen, you are married, whatever, or relative is a permanent resident, whatever, those kind of things. If it's a K visa, those VAWA is the people, there is a certain category, people are in the situation where there is domestic abuse, those kind of situations. Or is employed through employment, special immigrant status. There are those kind of things, refugee. All these people are filling this form. But there is another category which is called additional options. So because you are the DV winner, you fill this one. So this is the category you're going to fill this one. But the rest of the form remains to be the same. Remember, this form you fill upon when the visa bulletin is going to give the cutoff points that your case number is in the process. So instead of process to go to the interview, you fill the form. And again, remember, when you fill this form, you do the medical, everything, you send this form to where it's supposed to be sent. The instructions are here. If you go here, you will be able to download the instructions on how to fill this form properly and what documentation you need to have to submit that way. So that is just a quick video on how to do. The first step, you go and fill the DSC 260 as any other person. After filling the DSC 260, you wait for the visa bulletin to give you a cutoff points. Once it gives you a cutoff points, you go to start the form, the I-485 adjustment of status, and you select the category that you were the winner of the DV lottery. Remember, this one goes along with the medical and the visa, the fee you are going to pay. Once they reach, it goes to the immigration, then they will be able to schedule for the interview, and you do the interview in the local office where you live, the city where you live. So share with anybody you know who is in the United States, either the spouse or the winner, principal applicant, and the winner of the DV lottery who is in the United States. Remember, you can fill this form, but if you're out of status, they will deny you. I've seen people who have been denied.